Money and murder in hospitals. What we showed you in our previous episode was only the tip of the iceberg. Every day, countless people die in hospitals worldwide because the holy protocols must be followed at all times. And those protocols kill people on purpose for money. Enormous amounts of COVID incentives. What could and should have been used for the benefit of the people turned into a murdering depopulation device. But not all healthcare workers could handle this insane reality. Their hearts stayed true to their patients. They fought for their lives, mostly in vain, as they were overruled by other doctors and nurses as soon as their shift was over. One nurse who openly stepped forward is Erin Marie Olszewski, Army combat veteran and registered nurse. She worked at Elmhurst Hospital, the epicenter of the epicenter, in New York City in March 2020 as a travel nurse during the first so-called COVID-19 wave. The things she saw there horrified her. Patients who were brought in for anything non-COVID related, who were even tested negative, were labeled positive just because of the money it brought in. They were drugged up with sedatives and put on ventilators, brought in by inexperienced staff and interns.
A lot of these patients are really coming in with anxiety because they're scared. They're worried and they're breathing fast and then they get all nervous. So this is how the people are coming in. And a lot of them are on either Medicaid or Medicare. They're poor. They're from, a lower class. We're at a public hospital. They need the funding. So take them. They take them. And they tell them pretty much that if they don't get on the vent, then they're probably not going to survive. But the reality is, if they get on that vent, the likelihood of them walking out the hospital is slim to none. So you don't have actual doctors that know critical care, ICU doctors on these floors. There's a dentist, and there are residents with these. So residents are essentially students, and these people that are in vents are essentially being these residents are practicing their skills on them. So they're practicing central lines, they're practicing invasive procedures that are really unnecessary. A 37-year-old, he came in talking. He was very terrified. He was just totally alert, knew what was going on, and they convinced him to be on a vent. Now he's dead. I compare this hospital to a third world country. I've been in a third world country hospital in Iraq. The Iraq hospital is better than this one.
Many patients died due to the use of improper settings by inexperienced operators, resulting in blowing out people's lungs. She witnessed gross negligence. She described how the resident physicians refused to consider treatments like vitamins and hydroxychloroquine that had turned out to be very successful in other hospitals, other states, other countries. Instead, patients were funneled towards ventilators where they were left to die. According to Olszewski, all of her patients died, mostly unnecessarily. Their loved ones were told they died of COVID-19. Their deaths were used to further falsify the statistics, and the mainstream media spread the lies and kept the real pandemic alive, the fear pandemic. Olszewski decided to speak up, but realized nobody would believe her, so she went undercover and filmed everything.
He came in with a stroke.
I know, that's what 26-1 was, a stroke.
And no COVID, and now he's got COVID, and he's on a vent. He's not DNR, but we're treating it as DNR?
Basically.
When someone is close, we'll pull the code card up and be ready. you know, we're ready. I had the epi ready. That's one of the first things we do. And she wouldn't let me give it. So this was that woman. And the entire time, and this was over his body, his alive body, and we're arguing, and she's laughing. She was smirking. And how this man died was the nurses arguing with the doctors over him.
Maintenant, nous, pour nous toutes qui besoin plus d'informations sur sa vidéo et sur tout bagage encore, je ne vais pas citer non tout bagage, pour nous toutes là qui besoin renseigner nous, allez en le site stopworldcontrol.com. stopworldcontrol.com. Donc, à demander nous toutes là, allez en sa site là pour nous connaître toute révélation qui fait en les tout ça qui a passé depuis quelques temps là. D'accord? Pour nous savoir tout bagage pour nous savoir comment nous-mêmes nous contrôler tête pas nous. D'accord? Alors, je demande à toutes les personnes qui vont voir cette vidéo pour avoir plus d'informations, pour voir plus de choses, parce que je ne pourrais pas tout mettre sur ça. Je vous demande de visiter le site stopworldcontrol.com. Je répète, pour toutes les personnes qui veulent avoir les informations qu'il faut justement sur tout ce qui se passe. Donc, je ne peux pas citer, vous comprendrez en fait. Donc, vous allez sur le site stopworldcontrol.com. stopworldcontrol.com. Voilà. Donc, réveillez-vous. D'accord? Tout est là. Donc, il faut aller juste chercher les informations. N'oubliez pas le site qu'il faut aller. Vous aurez beaucoup d'informations. D'accord? Sur tout ce qui se passe, qui nous concerne tous. Donc, vous allez sur le site stopworldcontrol.com. Voilà.
He's been doing great. He had a trach put in and he's been doing great.
C'est mal fait, mais au moins c'est fait pour juste pour vous permettre de vous réveiller un peu. Mais pour voir tout ce que je filme actuellement, il faut juste aller sur le site stopworldcontrol.com.
And he was. And today I was given him, and they came in and they told me that I need to leave the room and I have to give report to somebody else.
J'arrête là parce que la vidéo ça va faire trop lourde. Donc je m'arrête là. D'accord, c'est juste pour vous permettre de voir parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses à voir. C'est à vous seul. Hein? C'est à vous seul d'aller sur ce site. Et il y a aussi un rendez-vous donc le 28, donc nous sommes le combien, le 26, donc dans 2 jours, pour que vous puissiez avoir des informations sur l'ONU. D'accord? Et il y a vraiment beaucoup d'informations qui nous concernent tous. Quand je dis tous, c'est tout le monde dans le monde entier. D'accord? Donc, ne négligez pas. Il faut aller sur ce site qui s'appelle stopworldcontrol.com. Donc, allez-y et renseignez-vous et prenez les informations et pour pouvoir aussi informer votre famille ou vos familles. Voilà.
He shouldn't have died. I don't know what they did to him. Something's not right.